Hey there, this is gonna be one of those videos where I talk your ear off about World of Warcraft, and I'm recapping week 2 and week 3 of the alpha. Because I don't have access to the alpha, you're watching me from my house. And yes, I got my hands on player housing, and I love every bit of it. I've been playing non-stop, and I'll be spamming you with player housing content in the coming weeks. So yeah, it's just awesome. But we're not here to talk about that. I want to talk about the professions and how there hasn't been much going on. But we had the post go live last night. It talked about the quality of the reagents, consumables, and crafted gear, which is two qualities of reagent that we already know about, and two qualities of consumables. That's gonna make a lot of stuff simpler, mainly regarding your alt armies that you created, enchants and consumables, and just use your concentration to craft the highest version of those stuff with the cheapest reagents available to you. That's gonna still be there, and that's gonna be way easier because there won't be the barrier where you had to be able to make rank 2 stuff and then use concentration to make rank 3, which was the highest. Now you can straightly go from rank 1 to rank 3, but I imagine there's gonna be an increase to the concentration needed to do that. It is mostly a numbers changed, but the barrier is gone now. So the old armies that you prepared in Pandaria and brought through to the War Within gonna help you a lot in the Midnight expansion too. I'm not playing the remix. I'm not sure if the leveling scene is that good as it was in Pandaria. But if you can create more ults and level them up, this is the time to do so. Because the concentration stuff's gonna be really good and simpler now in Midnight. About the 3 rank crafted gears, I gotta say I'm all for it. Like, nobody ever wanted a rank 2. In Dragonflight, in the Forbidden, I never had a single person ask me for a rank 2. The PvPers never cared about the rank. The ones pushing keys and raiding always wanted the rank 5s only. And there were casuals who rather had rank 4s because they didn't want to get the rank 3 materials, they were expensive for them. And I had again people in Dragonflight wanting a rank 4 because they didn't want to go through the whole inspiration shenanigans. Yeah, that was a headache. Nobody ever wanted a rank 2, and frankly, nobody ever wanted a rank 3, so this is a great change. It's still gonna be the same stuff, and this too is a numbers change, so yeah, it's still the same system. There's not gonna be a lot of different stuff. There's still gonna be skill relevant to the reagent quality that you use, and in equal get the craft gear. That's gonna be the same still. But visually, this is more appealing, and logically, it makes more sense. That's just awesome. Like, most people might actually attempt to make stuff with professions now that there's fewer ranks and fewer complexions in the whole profession systems. And I'm all for that. Like, if it's more accessible to everyone, it's a great choice. I know a lot of people will hate me for saying that because they just want to have the market to themselves, but the more people that can play the game, the healthier the community can be. A lot of good stuff will happen in regards to all of this. Yeah? There's still stuff that I want to talk about, and this part is mostly my speculations, so this is me thinking out loud. And yeah, this is mostly concerns everything that I noticed in the PTR build of the playhousing, and mostly I want to talk about the die system, because when that goes live in the 2nd of December, that will make all of the herbs from the previous expansions relevant. And I don't think there's enough herbs up on the auction house as of right now. Every single time you use the customization feature in the UI, you're gonna consume 1 dye. So a lot of dyes gonna be needed by the community, at least for the beginning of the feature. I'm not sure if the early access will have the dye system implemented, because we don't have the dye system right now in the PTR. Not sure if that's gonna change. Maybe it launches on the early access for the 2nd of December. Maybe it launches for the midnight itself. We might get a system like the one that we have on the PTR for the 11.2.7. But whenever that's going live, every single herb in the regional auction house will just skyrocket. Because they need dyes to customize their houses. That's just gonna happen. The amount of herbs right now in goblins bags, I know there are people already having stuff and just putting them somewhere in the bank, hoping to sell them more for a profit margin when the feature launches. That is there, and frankly, people had access to the alpha for quite a long time. I'm not sure why I haven't seen any videos on the subject. Maybe they had videos on their gold guides or members only videos. I'm not sure, but the PTR as of right now gave us a whole list. I'm gonna make a video and go through all of those stuff. That was the only thing I noticed on the PTR that was huge for me personally. There is a lot of crafting items added to the previous expansion professions. Every single variation of a profession will have 2 more items added to them, at least as far as I checked. And I didn't have enough time to just mess around with this stuff, and that's gonna be not possible really on the PTR, because a lot of stuff that I'm not gonna go through in this video. But every single profession had a lot of items added to them. They will use their profession specific reagents and their profession specific lumber to be made, and every single one of those is bind unused. So you can put it on the auction house, sell it for 10k, 20k, 50k, 100k, who knows how much. And there's gonna be a lot of stuff floating around YouTube talking about, okay, farm this stuff because the professions and crafters are making these simple materials into this specific item and selling them on the auction house for 100k. So you should be farming the raw material itself. There's gonna be a shitstorm of stuff happening when the feature goes live. So you want to have your hands on all of the info out there and just be watching every single stuff that is happening in the market. If you're looking for investments, this is probably the best time to do so. In a few weeks, when everybody is aware of this stuff, it would be too late. I want to say actually the goblins have bought a lot of stuff up already that it might be too late. But that's something for you to decide. And with that, I want to close the video. That was week 2 and week 3. I'll probably be making a week 4 or a week 5 whenever a big change happens to the professions or I notice something similar in the PTR build. But yeah, if you like the content, leave a like or a comment down below, and why not sub the channel? Like that's a huge help.